later because my iPad is like out of battery.
Ah, okay. Oh, oh, okay. The iPad. You usually use an iPad.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. That's why you're on the side. The iPad is kind of there. So this here look directly at the camera. It's kind of cool, Kevin.
Yes,
Ivy,
but
how are you? Is your microphone okay, Ivy?
What, me?
No, Ivy, are you there? Kevin, Ivy, Bone, Tom,
I'm
Ivy, are you
here.
there? How
I'm
about
here.
Ivy?
We are here.
Ivy's
Yes.
okay. All right, hey Ivy, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great.
Did you
Finish
finish all
all
your
of my
tests?
tests. Finish
Yeah.
finishing all of my tests.
And then you said you have to wait until you get the scores back, right?
Yes, maybe like 2 weeks. Like
Oh, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So
And
how
next December will we have a final test?
uh, so how do you feel about these tests?
English, maths, and literature are pretty easy to me because I reviewed that a lot. But maths, Vietnamese maths, that's really difficult.
I'm
And
laughing.
my teacher told my class that uh in this test seven is okay with me because it's so hard.
Oh, okay. So seven's not a bad score to get.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Um,
Yes, Tom.
my school is terrible. That's very bad, but my school is terrible.
Hey,
My
why is it
school
terrible?
make
Why is
me
it terrible?
do a lot of regular assessment in 4 weeks. Like I don't have fully 1 week to rest or something.
Okay. Is that school
And
supposed to be challenging, Tom? Is that why your mom and dad sent you there? Like a good
yes,
education?
and challenging with my friend. And this is very like
Mm.
silly or something. But I
All
have a
right.
crush. I have a crush on a girl.
Now,
She's
is she
talks to
intelligent?
me.
An intelligent girl?
Yes,
That's good. You want
very
to
intelligent, smart
nice.
girl in my class. And
Nice.
I asked her what is her type, and and she said that's very simple. The guys who's learned better than me, but she's the best student in this class.
That's why you like her. All right. Well, here's if you want to spend more time with her, Tom, say, well, I need help. Can you help me? Can we go to the library together? But be careful, your other friends might get jealous because you're doing that, right?
Yeah, they're gonna shit
But to
me.
be careful, you always have the other jealous guys. You're like, oh my gosh, you get to spend time with her. All right. Well, good luck, Mr. Tom.
Yeah, thank you.
Is the Naken here? Mr. Naken, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Hey, Naken, did you get my note in the homework? You have to.
My mom haven't sent
Oh,
me the homework yet.
yeah, it's just to rephrase one of the paragraphs. You put two brand new paragraphs, but the homework actually is to change one of the paragraphs into new words. And then that's just so teachers can't say you're copying or something, right? That was the
Um,
skill for today. So
my
no.
mom said that it is too less, so I need to do something more. So I did two paragraphs.
Okay. Yeah, if you just take one of those paragraphs, Naken, and then try to change the words. It was kind of an easy homework. It's just that if you think that your teacher is going to say you copied, then you could say, no, I didn't. And then that stops the teacher from saying that, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, I'll put this in chat. Did you know there's this company called Grammarly that helps you write papers, right? Grammarly. And one of the connected companies, it's from India, from Mumbai, the technological center of India. Their connected company is called Turn It In. And colleges all around, universities all around the world, maybe even international secondary schools are using Turn It In. You take the paper that they've sent you online and they put it through their Turn It In search engine, and you have to be below 35% of the paper should be your quotations you took from a professional writer. You have to get below 34. If you get to 40 to 60%, they think that you copied your paper, and then they'll tell you that you're cheating. It's really embarrassing. So everyone hates Turnitin. They're using it a lot. Turnitin. And yeah, students hate it. They really hate it because, for example, my friend John, he published a book. And so on one of his papers, he was using his own research, and Turnitin said, you borrowed 45% of this from John McLean. But John McLean's the guy who wrote the book and did the research. He was giving it to another professor. So he said, how can you say I copied myself? That makes no sense, you guys, right? Hey, Bone, do you want to be my co-host so you can stop the chat? It's too crazy.
Okay.
All right, my friend, you get to make a co-host. I think you got co-host. No, it says make host. I guess Ms. Duke still has the host. Oh, no. Well, you can be the umpire for the chat box if it gets too crazy, right? Actually, I'm trying to see. Hey, Nelly. Good to
Hi.
see you. Here comes the Tom. How are you, Tom?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good. Anything special today, Sunday?
Yes, today I have nothing to do.
Yesterday you had a big what?
Nah, I'm just saying. Yesterday I just got some kind of English exam or something.
At school or in a different place?
Yeah, basically on a different place.
Uh,
It's just from a school
hmm,
named Reliable English School, and I just it has 60 questions, so I did 59 out of 60, and yeah, I got
nice. Was it writing? Was it listening, speaking?
no. It's mostly it's just reading and yeah, it's just reading.
Do you know the joke about multiple choice questions in America?
No.
You know, you choose A, B, C, or D. They say multiple choice. My friends used to call it. Are you ready for it, Tom? Here's an American joke. See if you guys get this, right? It's in chat. They call it multiple guess because you're just guessing A, B, C, or D. Guess, 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 guess. Hey, Jenny's camera's having problems, so keep working on it, Jenny. You can send me messages in chat. Okay. All right. So, you guys, LS12 is joining us. And Nelly is here, and Ellis is here, and Jimmy is here. Hey, Jimmy, good to see you. How are you, Jimmy?
Good evening, teacher.
Jimmy, nice work on your homework. I was impressed.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
Today I got up at 11:30 a.m. and I feel so disappointed with myself.
Did you need to sleep? Did you like study real hard and you needed to sleep?
No, I play so much. I watch a short video in my phone so much, so I don't sleep early. I sleep so late and I woke up so late. Yeah, I feel so disappointed.
I took this mysterious orange medicine from my Japanese doctor. I can only take one of these. It makes me sleep until 9:30, and that's too late.
Wow.
And I get weird dreams too. It's for my allergies.
Wait,
From
what dream?
strange dreams. Like normally I have just basic dreams, but these orange tablets, they do something to my brain. So I have really strange dreams, Tom, where the colors orange and red and purple are really bright in the dreams. Do you guys know that whole story that some researchers say when you have dreams, you dream in black and white? You don't dream in colors. But I know that's not true because in the dreams, if I take that medicine for my nose, the dreams are so weird. The colors are unbelievably bright. Like in the dream, if someone says, would you like an orange juice? It's like, I can't look at that orange juice. It's so bright. It's just something weird to the brain chemistry, I think. So it's very strange. Isn't that weird, you guys? So, but it helps me to stop sneezing, and my eyes, because there's some tree that opens up in winter in Japan, and it gives me problems. Selena, good to see you. How are you, Selena?
I'm great.
Yeah. Did you have a good Sunday?
Kind of.
Kind of. What were the good things and the bad things about your Sunday?
I don't think they're a bad thing. It's just like nothing to do with me.
Oh, nothing to do. If you're bored, what do you do? Watch TV, read a book, call a friend, play computer games?
Most of it, drawing or play some video games, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe,
a lot of.
maybe enjoying social media.
All right. I went to YouTube, you guys. I found this really cool thing. There are all these channels that have the inside of a coffee shop at Christmas time, and there's snow falling. And I can just leave it on our high definition television screen, and it looks like I'm in New York and it's Christmas time. So that's what I do if I'm bored, Selena, and I drink hot coffee. It's kind of cool. They have other things like Tropical Beach. But you guys live in Vietnam, so you don't need to watch that. You can actually walk down to the beach, right?
Yep.
You guys are lucky. Lucky. Hey, Ellis, your brother's there. I've never seen your brother. He looks like a little angel. Is he a nice guy, Ellis? Ellis, is that brother of yours?
Hi,
Is he a good
teacher.
kid? How are you, Ellis?
I'm really cool.
You're cold. What part of Vietnam is it? Ho Chi Minh City got cold recently?
No.
She's
No,
mean.
it is really hot.
Hanoi is the most cold in Vietnam. Many temperatures are
Someone said it got cold in yesterday, Saturday night's class. They live maybe in the mountains or something, or close to the
in
mountains.
the mountain, like in Sapa mountain have snow, so it really easily get cold.
Yeah, Kevin, I said that. I said there's some students say there's snow in the mountains, and this other student said there's never any snow in the mountains.
Many scientists say that like mountain higher, like snow can get stronger.
Mm-mm. Like in the Blue Mountains near Sydney, Australia, you can go skiing in Australia in winter. And then even Saudi Arabia, where it's 50 degrees on July days,
And
you can't
like
skiing in some
like
part of Saudi Arabia.
like Everest that the strongest snow because they're tallest mountain.
Yeah, I thought you had a really tall mountain. What's the name of the tallest mountain in Vietnam, you guys?
Fancy Pang Mountain? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Did you ever go up that mountain, Tom?
First, I don't have money, and second, I don't have enough
No,
strength.
I didn't
What?
go there. They're too high.
Who went to that mountain? Was it Ellis or somebody? They were wearing winter coats. They had a picture that they shared with the class that their school went up that mountain, and so the students all had winter coats on. I was surprised. I said, "Wow, that's Vietnam, you guys." It was crazy. All right, now are you ready? I don't know if this is Tom number one or Tom number two, but for tonight's class, it's to do proofreading of your work for academic writing. And I chose two papers I haven't even looked at, to tell you the truth, because I want this to be kind of a surprise. So you guys can see how I grade your papers, but you guys should start to learn to do this by yourself. So I have Spookies, and I also think I have Tom number two or Tom number one. I sent you a private message. Oh, this is pretty funny. I haven't looked at this paper yet because I want to correct this together, and I'm looking at this paper already. It's like really funny, Tom. I look, it says Dumbledore. What is that?
I was too excited. So I'm honest.
Be careful. I think it's funny. Wait, did I get this right? I think it's funny, but be careful if you have to give that to a teacher, Tom. They might say, don't do that, Tom, right? So I'll grade it. So I put this on review, you guys.
Hello, Mr. Brendan.
Yes, Spooky, there you are. Okay, so what I would do this, you guys, Tom, this is funny, but I would probably take this out, right? Just for Dumbledore.
Okay.
All right. So first paragraph, let's make it bigger so you guys can actually see it, because I didn't know the writing was too small until recently. A student said, "Teacher, I can't see any of this." Okay, Albus Dumbledore is one of the most revered characters in the Harry Potter series. He serves as the headmaster of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry and is a mentor to Harry Potter throughout the story. Dumbledore is known for his wisdom, kindness, and powerful magical abilities. He is deeply committed to fighting against dark forces, particularly the Dark Wizard Voldemort. Dumbledore's complex past, including his involvement in a failed attempt to defeat Voldemort in his youth, adds depth to his character and makes him both a leader and a symbol of hope for those who resist evil. Very good, Tom. No mistakes. Second paragraph. Okay, now this is where you reworded it, right? Okay, wait a sec. What is Kevin putting? I'm going to take these out of there. Okay, second paragraph. As the headmaster of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, Dumbledore plays a crucial role not only in running that school, but also in guiding and advising Harry Potter through some of the most difficult times of his life. Known for his extraordinary intelligence, compassion, and unparalleled magical skills, Dumbledore stands as a beacon of wisdom in a world filled with darkness. His deep commitment to defeating dark forces, especially the dangerous dark wizard Voldemort, defines much of his life's work. Oh, this is very nice, Tom, this part here. Beyond this battle against evil, Dumbledore's character is made more complex by his troubled and tragic past. Hey, Tom, I actually like paragraph number 2. It's better. It's well written. It's really good. This adds layers to his persona, making him a figure who is both revered and deeply human. Dumbledore's experiences shape him into a wise and compassionate leader, someone who serves not only as a mentor to Harry, but as also a symbol of hope for those who fight against oppression. All right, Tom, this is very good. Any questions on this one?
This is kind of suspicious, but I when I do this, I found a video and I found the word revert, and I just use it, and I just use it.
All right.
Can you explain what is revert?
Explain what? What is Tom? Tom number 1 is laughing. What?
Revert. Who is
Oh, revered. Okay, yeah. It looks like it's, okay, it looks like it's revered, you guys, but it's revered. Revered. The pronunciation is revered. Do you know what revered is, you guys? This is a great vocabulary word. It means well respected by everybody. Revered. Cool word, huh, Tom? Revered. You like it? What happened to Tom? He asked me the question.
Yeah.
All right. So this word we call it's a keeper. Please keep it. It's a good word to use. Revered. Okay. All right. Nice work, Tom. There were no mistakes. So to use that to show how to correct mistakes isn't a really good example. Let's go to Spooky and see if Spooky has some cool stuff. Spooky, I'm always worried about correcting your work because your phrasing is so unique. I feel bad. Yeah, because sometimes you write such amazing stuff that's like 100% Spooky style that I think I don't even want to correct this because it's so much fun, right? So here we go. Here's Spooky. Spooky, you read part 1 and I'll read part 2, okay?
Okay. The 91 Story Treehouse and so on. It was all written by the author Eddie Griffiths. But Mr. Bennett, if you search Eddie Griffith, you forgot the S, so that's why it appeared another person.
I'm going to start correcting your stuff. The 91 Story Treehouse, Mr. Spooky, this should all be capitalized. Good, so I am going to use this one, Spooky, to start showing corrections, all right? You have to put it, it's all a title, so that all has to go into capital letters. And so on. I would change this because I'm not sure what you mean by that. You could write and other editions in the series, because now we know that there are different books in the series, right?
Yeah, a lot.
Was all written, well, let's use were here because we're talking about all the books in the series, Mr. Spooky. Were all written by the author Andy Griffiths with the help of the illustrator Terry Denton. Oh, Spooky, stop the sentence there. It's too long. Period. New sentence, right? Oh, contraction. They've created. Well, Spooky, I want to write they have created. Sounds better for academic writing, okay? They have created up to over. They have created up to over sounds really weird. They have created just this, Spooky. They have created many books. That's in the past. Spooky, let's use this. In the past decade, meaning the last 10 years, the last decade, okay? Even helping children. Okay, this is a new idea, so let's use this. Let's stop here and Spooky, we're gonna write even helping children's reading. We could change this to explain a little bit more. These books are not only for entertainment,
Oh,
because you have to explain this idea a little bit better. They even help children's reading. Okay. And then we can put a period there, Spooky. So we just have to write shorter sentences here, Spooky. And we can take away this helping them a lot because we've already said that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll get this, Spooky. You're a fine writer. You just have to take out some unnecessary words. I understand what you're doing. You want to make it really clear, but sometimes you don't have to repeat the same idea in the sentence. So, okay, Spooky, you get this part. Go ahead and read this, and then I'll correct it later.
Including the 30-story treehouse and all the way to the 169-story treehouse. Terry and Andy were known as the best-selling authors for a period of time where they sold over 10 million copies of book.
Yeah, books.
This book has been loved by a lot of kids around the world, where the plot includes babysitting. The 65-story treehouse was the best-selling book in Australia in
2015.
slow down.
Yeah.
Chill, man.
Stop going like slow down,
Slow down.
All right, I
That's
tell
it,
you what,
Andy.
Spooky thinks fast because he thinks fast, Tom. That's what I found about Spooky. Spooky, it's okay because people tell me I speak too fast and I'm thinking like a million thoughts. So, Spooky, let's see what we can do here now. Even helping children trees, including the 13-story treehouse. We're going to do a big S here, and we're going to do a big T here. Yeah. All the way to the 169-story treehouse.
Even the T as well.
Well, I'm going to put this here within the series so we know we're still within the series. Now we know it's a series of books. So see, including the, and others, and we're going to write this one more time. The collaborators, because one guy writes, one guy does the illustrations. So here's a big word for you, Mr. Spooky. Collaborators are when you work on a team together. Collaborators. Oh, stop. This is why I hate using word. It just keeps going, right? It's just mental. Collaborators. Spelling is correct. Okay. The collaborators, Terry and Andy, I'm going to change the grammar here. Ready, Mr. Spooky? You're close, but we want to use advanced grammar. Have become known as the best-selling authors for a period of time. Okay, now we're going to stop that, Spooky, with a period there. Where let's just say change this to they have sold. That sounds better, you guys. They have sold. Hey, put that. They have sold over 10 million copies of. Now, Spooky, this is a small thing, just their books, okay? Because they wrote the books and they illustrated the books. This now we're going back to the 13 story, right? The first one or the 91st story, all right? This particular book, the 91 story. Spooky, we could say is loved because the students who still read it still love it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is loved by a lot of kids around the world. That's fine. And then we can put a period there. New thought, Spooky. Where the plot includes babysitting. Let's change this to a short sentence. Sometimes short sentences are best, you guys. In this book's plot, and we're going to take away the. In this book's plot, there is the theme of babysitting. The 65-story treehouse was the best-selling book. Spooky. Now, this is a little bit challenging because you jumped from 91 stories, so we're not sure why. We'll start a new paragraph here. We could say, maybe this can work in contrast. In contrast to the 91 story. Treehouse. The 65-story treehouse was the best-selling book in Australia in 2015. Then, this is funny. This is like unique, spooky style. As if Andy wasn't the best-selling author. Okay. So, Spooky, that's kind of funny. Your unique style. It is pretty funny. As if Andy was not only the best. He was also Australian. That just sounds
I thought
so
you were
funny.
gonna write, and
It's
I
just
thought
so
you were
funny.
gonna write as if Andy was not. I thought you were gonna write as if Andy was not the best-selling author.
Do you want to do that? As if Andy was not only the best-selling author, he was also Australian. That just sounds so funny. It just, I don't want to change that because maybe it's a mistake, Spooky, but it just sounds really good. In the story, normally a fictional character named Mr. Bignose, also the publisher of the book, let's change to doesn't just assign. Oh, we don't want to use a contraction. We want to does not just assign Andy and Tori to write a book. He even ordered them to babysit his grandchildren. Spooky, we could use a small g here because it's just basic grandchildren. Every time at the very end of the book, Terry and Annie always make, they together make a clutch. Make a clutch. Make a clutch to give the book to Mr. I don't understand make a clutch, though. I haven't heard that before, Spooky. What does that mean, make a clutch? Make an agreement?
No, it's like some sort of word that I really use when I play video games. Like when I almost lost, like I just flip the table and then I win.
I don't know. I don't know what you mean by it, so I guess I won't change it, Spooky. It sounds kind of cool. All right, Spooky. Now go ahead and read it and follow Tom's advice. Don't read it too fast because it can just fly by. So go ahead, Spooky. Try a little slower.
Sometimes slows the best.
Ready, Spooky? Here you go. From the start. Start here. You can do all the blue because this is your hard work.
The 91 Story Treehouse and other editions in the series were all written by the author Andy Griffiths with the help of the illustrator Terry Denton. They have created many books in the past decade. These books are not only for entertainment, they even help children's reading, including the 13-story treehouse all the way to the 169-story treehouse within the series. The collaborators, Terry and Andy, have become known as the best-selling authors for a period of time. They have sold over 10 million copies of their books. This particular book, the 91-story treehouse, is loved by a lot of kids around the world. This book's plot, there is a theme of babysitting. In contrast to the 91-story treehouse, the 65-story treehouse was the best-selling book in Australia in 2015. As if Andy was not only the best-selling author during that time, and he was also Australian. I think I wrote because he was also Australian there.
Okay. All right. I just don't know what to do with that. Like, Andy was not only the best-selling author during the time, he was also Australian. Spooky. I don't know what to do with that phrase. It just sounds so funny, because it's like it almost suggests like, oh, Australians can't be best-selling authors. They don't have the ability to do that. So, huh? All right. I'll tell you what. Spooky, we'll do this. Andy was not only the best-selling author during that time, he was also a famous Australian author who was, well, this means he's famous. Oh, one eye, please. Oh. All right, what do you think? Okay. All right, Spooky, go ahead. Read in the story.
I'm lagging.
Here it is, in the story.
In the story, normal fictional character named Mr. Big Nose also has the book publisher in the book. Does not just assign Andy and Terry to write a book. He even ordered them to babysit his grandchildren. Every time, at the very end of the book, Terry and Andy always make a clutch to give the book to Mr. Big Nose on time.
Nice. Okay. All right. Spooky, here's your part 2. And so what I'm going to do with this, right? This is an experiment that I've been doing. I'm going to stop the share there. Let me just check for a message from chat. It's Spooky says, I just realized it's December. Okay, well, thank you, Spooky, which means we're getting close to Christmas, Spooky. All right. You got it.
Yeah.
Spooky, by the way.
3 days left.
Ring the bell. And it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Teacher, I remove all the message in the chat.
Okay, you can do that if you want.
I remove only my chat, not everybody chat.
Oh, just your chats, okay. Because there might be a scary monster in chat. Okay, next, you guys, I want to show you the share screen, as Tom might say, the share screen. And we're going to go to Chat GPT. And so I'm going to take Spookies and I'm going to say, can you rewrite this passage? I'll call it a paragraph or a passage. And then put quotation marks. Let's see if it will rewrite Spooky's work. We're going to rewrite Spooky's work. Unload, unable to, well, I don't want it to do a JPEG. I just want it to do this, okay? So here we go. Can you, let's get this out of here, stupid. Okay, here we go. So we have the original and then we have his rewrite here. So Spooky, I'm gonna take this rewrite here by Mr. Chat GPT and I'm gonna put it back in your document so we can check the two to see if you think it's quality work. You would say like, I don't think I would write that way, or I do think I would write that way, right? I'm gonna leave it to you guys. Wait, let me stop the share because when I try to paste stuff in, it knocks me out of Zoom for some weird reason, guys. So here we go, paste.
Teacher, do you mean like last time you knocked out the Zoom by copying that passage?
Yeah, sometimes it does. I don't know what to think about it. It's so weird, you guys.
The first
Okay,
time,
so-
but the first time you also have knocked by the Zoom.
I know. All right, here we go, Mr. Spooky. Let me read the blue and then you read the red. So the 90, this is part 2. It's Spooky writes, rewrite, I guess. Spooky, it's just so funny the way you write stuff. Okay, the 91 story treehouse written by the well-known author Andy Griffiths, collaborating with another tremendous person, Terry Denton, also known as the very illustrator of the Story Treehouse book series. They've come up to the creating dozens of books and even touching the line where they have sold over 10 million copies of the Story Treehouse series, helping children's readings and making kids' childhoods better. Oh my God, Spooky, this is one sentence. I mean, It's okay. Grammar-wise, it's okay, but I don't know. Maybe you want to break that up into like.
Teacher, do one sentence long as 5.
I know, Kevin. Let's go slowly then. Ready? The 91 Story Treehouse, written by the well-known author Andy Griffiths. Now, you ready, Kevin? Here's my joke. When people say, "Teacher, don't speak so fast. Don't read so fast," I punish them, Kevin. I say, also known as the very illustrator of
And
the
they
story.
say, don't go too slow, and you go fast
They,
again.
they run away and they tell me I'm weird, Kevin. Okay, they've come up to creating dozens. Kevin,
No,
this is.
teacher, I think they tell them more.
Uh, wait, let me see. Also known as the very illustrator of the Story Trios book series, they've come up to creating dozens. They've come up to. Spooky, I want to change this. They have succeeded in creating dozens of books. All right, sounds better, Spooky. And even touching the line where they have sold. Okay, yeah, I kind of understand it. Of their Story Treehouse series, helping children's readings and making kids' childhoods better. This is pretty cool, actually, Spooky. The book's plot included, well, Spooky, I would take away included. Remember, when we talk about books, we want to use, remember that word I told all you guys, I'll put it down here, eternal now. And that means like a book never grows old, it always stays the same. It's like magic powers. So you keep it in the eternal now because none of the characters change. It's always going to be a Harry Potter book. So it's okay to use the present tense, okay? So the book's plot includes babysitting, but there is always a conflict problem existing in every book. This time it's called Lost. The kids in the book went somewhere to play while Andy and Terry in the book writes the book. As if I explain TNA writes the book in another homework. Okay, I get that. Spooky. Each time they're lucky enough to submit the book to Mr. Big Nose on time at the very last moments before they go to the monkey house and work as slaves. Very funny. Mr. Spooky, let's give Kevin something to read because Kevin enjoys sharing with the class. Hey, Kevin, would you like to read this new ChatGTP version and see if
Yes.
you read it? Okay, here we go, the red part.
The 91 Treehouse written by Ron Auto Andy Griffiths in collaboration with the talent illustrator Terry Datton is a part of Bellow Treehouse series. Together they have created dozens of books, selling over 10 million copies and leaving a lasting impact on children's literature by inspiring young readers and enriching childhoods. In this installment, the plot revolves around my babysitting, but as always, a major conflict arises. This time, it's about being lost, while Andy and Terry, the fiction versions of themselves, work on their completing their book. Children, they are babysitting wonder of their own adventures. The split, the chance and challenge. Andy and Terry always manage to deliver their manuscript to the demanding
Hmm.
most big nose, just in the nick of the time, narrowly avoiding being sent to the monkey house to work as slaves.
Quick question, Spooky. What's the monkey house?
In the 13th story treehouse,
uh,
Terry and Andy had there was a part in the 13th story treehouse when they showed the image of Terry and Andy working at the monkey house, like cleaning poo, pretending to be monkeys while they hate bananas.
do you guys know this book? This sounds really whack. I'm going to write it here. The 13th Story Treehouse, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So the 13 story treehouse monkey house. All right, so let's see. Where is this monkey house?
I don't think it actually appears.
It's a drag. How about here?
No.
No,
You guys,
that's
can you
not it.
help me? What is this monkey house?
I have the book.
All right.
No, it's
Really
not the monkey
funny.
house.
I do like this. Don't these remind you of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, though? Like the
I have,
pictures look.
I have the book, but I don't know where it is.
Hey, do you know this looks like it's a
Wait.
copy? Do you guys know the famous copy by Escher? Some of you guys are art students. Nakin, do you know Escher? Escher did this. This looks a lot like the. He did these weird
I don't
drawings.
know.
Remember this? The staircase goes here, it goes here, but then it's impossible for it to go here. You guys know these Escher drawings that are really weird? This one's most famous. So this 13-story treehouse looks like this Escher work, you guys. Like if
I
you look at,
can't.
Oh, I found it. I found it. I want to see it in chat.
all right, Spooky, go hold it up to the lens so we can see the monkey house.
I'm gonna say it in the chat. I found the image.
All right, all right. Tom, number 2, do you know these Escher pictures?
I I don't have anything.
Yeah,
There.
these are kind of famous.
I'm speechless. That's so like.
Just kind of weird.
Is this an
Yeah.
optical illusion?
Let me see. Yay, here it is. Okay, Spooky found it. All right.
Wait,
Spooky.
is that an optical illusion? It's just making.
Yeah, it is an optical illusion, Tom. This guy Escher was like a genius writer, and so he would put these weird optical illusions in his work.
Oh no! It's killing my eyes. It's
I
killing
know
my
they look like bad dream images. So this guy, if you have an original Escher that's made with pencil, it's worth millions of dollars. His work has become really popular, but it's just weird. It makes no sense. Like you're walking down this stairs, but you can't get to this stairs using these here. So the reason I'm showing these, they look like those illustrations in the monkey house here by Spooky. Let's see, we'll go back here. I'll stop this share. And then Spooky, I don't know if I can show these. You guys can blow those up. Let's see if you can. Yeah, I can look at them now. They're bigger. And but I don't know if I can use that for the share screen. Let me see. Can I go share screen on that? Yeah, I can actually. There's the share screen on it. You guys, you see it? It's a little bit blurry, but there's the monkey house. Now, what I'd like to do, you guys, is I want to do one more person's book because Spooky, your writing is unique. I like it a lot. Don't get me wrong. But I want to just do one more of these because Tom, number 2, your writing was perfect. There were no corrections in it. Let's see if Jimmy has something here that we can use. Jimmy, is it okay to use your work? Oh, Jimmy, there are really no mistakes in this. I'll tell you what, Jimmy, read your work if it's okay to do that. And this is like just so well written. So Jimmy, go ahead and read before and after.
Okay, before July 15, I had to treat to go London a beautiful morning. It was the first time I had ever gone to a foreign country, so I felt very excited as I prepared for the trip. Month ago, I heard my parents had this guy excuse going on a trip abroad. They were indecisive about choosing a destination, so I suggest to going to Europe, and they accepted and chose England for a trip, which is I was so excited, and that's a story from my first time abroad. London is the capital of England, and is full of history, culture, and amazing place to visit. I had always wanted to see famous sports like Tower of London, Buckingham Palace, and the of Parliament. I was especially excited to visit London Eye, where I could see the whole city from above.
Nice. And here's the after. Go ahead.
And after on July 15th, I went to London on a lovely morning. It was my first time traveling to another country, so I was very excited as I got ready. A month earlier, I heard my parents talking about a trip abroad. They couldn't decide where to go, so I suggest Europe. They agreed and picked England, which made me super excited. That how my first trip abroad began. London is England's capitals and has so much history, culture, and cool place to see. I always want to visit the famous places like Tower of London, Buckingham Palace, and the House of Parliament. I was especially excited about the London Eye, where I could see the whole city from up high.
Nice. Jimmy, you know this parliament, it's their house of government. It comes from the French word
Yeah.
parler. You guys, who's studying French? Someone studying French in our class. Is Capu or Nelly, Ellis, you guys study French? So the French word to speak is parler. They say, parlez-vous français? Do you speak? So parler means to talk, to discuss. And so that's where the word parliament comes from, because they discuss things in parliament. It means talking house in Middle English, parler, parliament. You see the connection? Parlez-vous
Yeah.
français?
It's
crazy.
actually French.
Yeah. So, you know, it's crazy, you guys. Like, if you were walking down the streets of Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City 100 years ago, you could have like some French tourist walks up to you and you're Vietnamese and they say, Parlez-vous français? Do you speak French? I need help, right? And then you guys could probably, you guys are all secondary school students and primary, you would speak French because you would probably go to a French and you could say, yeah, oui, j'ai parlé français. Do you need help, right? You could do all of that if you were a Vietnamese kid 100 years ago. If you were in the streets of Saigon or Hanoi, Da Nang, you would have to speak French to these people, right? That's why I think it's interesting to
Yes.
teach you guys as students, right? Vous parlez français. Nice work, Jimmy. Excellent work. Really nice. Okay, and I want to choose one more here because you guys work really hard on these. It's always nice to read your work. Let's go to Alice 12 and see what the Alice 12 has to say. Oh, Alice, again, these are all written so well. So, Alice, I'll tell you what, Alice, I'll give you an option. Would you like to read version number 1 or version number 2?
I guess I like to read the version number 1.
Okay, and then after you can read the rewrite, okay? So you guys each get a chance.
Hogwarts Castle, School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Hogwarts Castle was a large 7-story high building supported by magic, with 142 staircases throughout its many towers, turrets, and dark, mysterious dungeons. The castle was built in the early Middle by the four most celebrated wizards of the age: Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, Rowan Ravenclaw, and Salazar Slytherin. The castle building of Hogwarts of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Hogwarts was built in a foggy area, surrounded by mountains that were a landscape with a large Great Lake to the of the main building. There is a fun fact about the enormous castle is they cast a magical spell on it so muggles cannot see it. Muggles are non-magic people. They're get close to the castle. They can only see a size that dangerous zone.
Yeah, very nice. There were some microphone problems, but all in all, it sounds really good. Hey, Naked, would you like to read the rewrite here?
Okay. The castle is called Hogwarts Castle, School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The school was enormous, 7-story high building supported by magic, with 242 staircases through its many towers, turrets, and super dark mysterious dungeons. The castle was built in the late Middle Ages by four most celebrated wizards that age: Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw, and Salazar Slytherin. The castle is the main building of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. It was built in a foggy valley area surrounded by large mountains with the Great Lake to the south of the main building. The fun fact about the enormous castle is that they cast a magical spell on it so muggles cannot see it. Muggles are non-magical people. When there's a muggle got too close to the castle, they can only see a sign that says this is a dangerous zone.
Yeah, nice. Nick, do you like Harry Potter?
I haven't read it, but I'm planning to read it in the summer.
Yeah, it's just these character names are difficult. Like Helga Hufflepuff sounds so funny, right? Hufflepuff. Nice work, Ellis. Really good rewrite. Excellent rewrite. So, Ellis, you don't have to worry about being accused of copying in school if you can do this quality work, right? Before you give it to the teacher, you can easily do that. Let me check the chat if there's an important thing or if it's just a spam. Tom, something you can send it to an Tom, very funny. You can send this to another server. All of a sudden it goes. If you guys can see that, he sent that as a direct message to me. I don't know, Tom. It looks kind of crazy. Okay, I want to pick one more of these because this is kind of important, looking for grammar stuff. And if I pick your work, it's not because there are a lot of mistakes, you guys. It's just because this really helps understand how to correct the grammar. And this one is, this is Naken's genetically. Naken, let me pick one of these, okay? And I'll show you how we can do this here. Let me see. I'm going to pick all of this here. Okay, so Naken, what I want to do with your work is I'm going to also put this through ChatGPT. And I'm going to see what ChatGPT. So let me first share what Naken wrote for his original, right? And we'll go to this one here, I believe is Naken's work. And you wrote about genetically modified foods. And let's say you were going to give this to your teacher and you said, I want to put this through AI and make sure that they don't tell me that I'm copying, because you always do your own work. It's really good. So I have this copied already, Naken. So I'm going to stop this share and I'll go to ChatGPT and I'm going to run it through just to see what ChatGPT has to say about this kind of thing.
Wait, but Teacher Brandon, ask ChatGPT, how many % is this copy?
Yeah. Ask what percentage of students copy?
Yeah.
Did you want me to do that or you want to do that?
I want you to do that.
All right, here we go, Mr. Bone. It's a great
It's
question.
100%. No, just kidding. I don't know what you.
Ready? Let's have a little fun. Dear ChatGPT. By the way, you know what I noticed when I was living in Taiwan? If you ask ChatGPT nicely, it gives you better answers. Did you guys know that?
I know. I even give ChatGPT my name.
Okay, may I ask you,
It
what
did.
percentage of, let's say, secondary students worldwide means globally around the world, copy a significant part of their essays? All right, now I don't know what Chat's going to say about that, Bowen, but we'll see, because it's kind of a real honest question. All right, Bowen, you asked the question. You have to read it. The answer, please.
Oh.
It's still giving the answer. All right. By the way, go ahead, Bowen.
All of that?
Well, how about up until this? Okay.
Okay. The exact percentage of secondary students worldwide who copy a significant part of their essays is challenging to determine, as this can vary greatly depending on factors such as educational systems, cultural attitudes toward plagiarism, availability of digital resources, and the enforcement of academic integrity policies. However, studies and surveys provide some insights. Global estimates research suggests that around 40 to 60% of students may engage in some form of
Plagiarism. Yeah, plagiarism.
plagiarism during the academic careers, including copying parts of essays without proper citation.
Yeah.
Technology and plagiarism.
Yeah.
It's hard to read.
Yeah.
Plagiarism.
Yeah.
Plagiarism. The internet has made it easier for students to access and copy materials. A 2020 study found out that approximately 58% of students admitted to using online resources to complete assignments dishonestly.
Wow, my goodness. All right, let's see. Nellie, we didn't get a chance to ask you a question. Nellie, would you like to read number 3 and 4 about plagiarism? With very
Variation by regions and context. The prevalence of copying may differ by country, with students showing higher rates in regions where academic pressures are intense or where education systems rely heavily on rote memorization. An international plagiarism. Some students may not fully understand the rules of citation and internationally copy significant portion of essay.
Yeah. Now, recently Vietnam has said that it has a really great education system for primary school students. And what I understand, it doesn't rely on heavy rote memorization. That's where you just remember, 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 remember. And Japan does that a lot. And the students do copy a lot. So if you don't have to do that kind of education where you have to memorize, memorize, memorize. So let's ask Ivy. Hey, Ivy, are you there? Ivy's like putting on some sort of COVID mask. Hey, Ivy. Ivy, is Vietnam education like independent thinking, or do you have to memorize a lot of stuff?
I think it depends on which subject that you're learning. If that subject have some lessons that the teacher will let you write them under a notebook and ask them to remember it and to memorize it
Yeah.
to do it easier for the test. And for some lessons, the teacher just asks you to write it to the notebook and just write. Don't need to memorize it because that is just some subject that they're not necessary as the main subject. So we don't need to memorize all it.
Okay, great answer. Thanks for that, Ivy. You guys, let me ask that question. Where does the word plagiar, sounds like a French word or Latin, where does the word plagiarism come from? Copying someone else's work is plagiarism. So Plagiarism, plagiar. It looks like plagiar, but it's plagiarism. Oh, it's from Latin, you guys. It's from the word plagiaris, which means kidnapper or abductor. So you kidnap someone else's work. I'm going to ask Tom, Tom number 1, who's doing something, having a talk with his neighbor about the best pho in Ho Chi Minh City. Is he? You look at you guys. Is he even here? Hey, Tom, where are you, man? Hey, Tom.
He's disappeared.
Hey, Tom.
Tom
What do you want? I don't understand. What are you talking about?
Okay, so Mr. Tom, this word plagiaris comes from Latin. What does it mean in Latin, plagiarism?
The one, but plagiarism, right?
Plagiarism.
Oh, plagiarism. The word plagiarism originates from the Latin term plagiarius, means
Oh, kidnapper.
or abductor.
I knew you would like it.
Yeah, I would like to kidnap some kid.
So you're kidnapping someone else's work. Isn't that pretty cool? But it's
Now try
crazy.
to say some Indian voice.
Yeah,
Are
Kevin,
you
what do you think?
talking
You
about? I don't
kidnap
understand.
somebody's work. You steal it. You're a thief, right? It's crazy, you guys.
Yeah,
All right.
some of those. I remember that.
Let me see. Can you rewrite?
Speaking of plagiarism, I just remember that that one time, yeah, it's basically your writing class, and then someone just copies my writing. You remember?
Yeah.
So
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. How did you feel about that?
I was like, bro,
Oh my God.
bro, you monkey! Why did you copy me?
I
You
know,
can
didn't
do
it? I see.
We're
That's what.
breaking.
If people plagiarize your work, it feels really terrible. It's like, you stole that from me, dude.
Yeah,
Right? So,
it's not.
yeah, Tom's talking about last spring. He worked hard on an essay, and some kid just stole his essay and said it was his homework. And we were really like shocked that he would do that. And then, Tom, did you notice that boy disappeared from class? I don't know, like his mother punished him or something. She got really upset.
Lol,
See?
laughing out loud.
I,
Or
I
L.
I was just kind of surprised by that, Tom. I thought, oh my gosh, it's so obvious you plagiarized Tom, right? Hey,
Yes,
Naked,
bro.
Naked, I got this here. I'm going to paste this in. So this gives you an idea, Naked, of what we were doing last week. You're just rewriting a paragraph to avoid the teacher saying that you copied this or something. All right, that's all we're doing. It's kind of can be difficult, but this wasn't so difficult. So Naked, let me share the screen and I'll show you here in just a second. Okay, and this is kind of huge. Let me make it smaller. Okay, and now I'm going to share the screen. It's still huge. I don't want it to be so huge. Okay, that's better. Okay, so Tom, Naked, here we go. Naked, you did, what was it? Genetically modified food, right? GMO. Yeah, there it is. Okay, Naked, are you here still?
I'm here.
Is
I'm
Naked?
here.
So Naked, here was the original here that you wrote. All right. Can you read that? And then I'll read the new version.
Okay, genetically modified foods, GMO food, big improvement on people's diet have clearly been seen ever since the discovery of GMO food. To begin with, genetically modified foods can be grown even if the conditions are not too suitable. They would increase the production of foods and reduce their price all the while. Additionally, GMO food nutrition value is the same as non-GMO food, which means that it contains the same nutrients value to non-GMO food and goes through the same checking process as non-GMO, ensuring its safety. Moreover, GMO food does not contain any harmful substances because they all have been removed. This ensures the safety of GMO foods, which increase people's sense of security while eating GMO food. GMO food are also enriched with vitamins and minerals, which increase people's health. Lastly, GMO food tastes better than non-GMO food. People will get a positive feeling while eating GMO food, which improves their mental health and encourages picky eaters to eat a wider variety of food. In conclusion, GMO food can be grown in harsh conditions, do not contain any bad substances, and are enriched with vitamins and minerals and taste better. GMO food help feed more people while making the products healthier, which significantly improve people's life.
Nice. So, Naked, this is what ChatGPT said. The introduction of genetically modified foods has brought significant improvements to people's diets, first and foremost. So, in your essay, it said to begin with, right? And so they changed it to first and foremost. GMOs can thrive even in less than ideal conditions, boosting food production and reducing costs. This makes food more affordable and accessible to many. Nutritionally, GMO foods are equivalent to non-GMO foods, providing the same essential nutrients. They also undergo rigorous safety checks similar to non-GMO foods, ensuring their reliability. Furthermore, harmful substances are removed during the modification process, enhancing the safety of GMO foods and giving consumers greater peace of mind. Additionally, GMO foods are often enriched with vitamins and minerals, contributing to better overall health. Their improved taste appeals to consumers, encouraging even picky eaters to enjoy a more diverse and nutritious diet. This positive experience also promotes better mental health through a more satisfying eating experience. In conclusion, GMO foods offer numerous benefits. They can be cultivated in challenging conditions, are free from harmful substances, provide enhanced nutrition, and taste better. By feeding more people and improving the quality of food, GMO products play a vital role in improving global diets. So do you see the second version also? So Naked, if you write this for your work and you go, I just want to see what, ChatGPT can do this, or an AI, just copy it all and then say, can you rephrase this? The magic word is, can you rephrase this?
You sounds like That
What?
sounds like you cheating.
I know, but see, like, well, the AI, Tom, the AI never says, "Are you cheating?" It's not that intelligent yet, right? I'm going to tell your teacher, says the AI voice, which would be totally scary. You're like, you don't even
Yeah,
know my
yeah.
name.
Yeah, my AI now is not saying now. He only can chat. He cannot say because in the past he say a lot, so he cannot say now.
So, Kevin, it says, "I know your name is Kevin, and you did not write this yourself.
No,
I'm going to
he didn't
contact
know
your
my
teacher."
name. He only know I am his friend, and and now his voice like broken, and now he only can chat.
All right, I'll tell you what, you guys, are you ready? I want you to do something. You know, in Zalo, I correct all your papers. Can you just pick one paper in Zalo that you have written, because this is class number 8 tonight? Go back to class number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You choose the paper. You can see my corrections in Word. Copy the paper again with all the corrections, okay? It's kind of easy homework, but it just gets you into the feeling of how to correct a paper before you give it to the teacher for grammar and how to say things. So it's your choice in class number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What did you write? Pick only one, and then use my suggestions that I wrote, and then recopy it. Do you understand, you guys?
Yes.
Okay. And I'll put that in homework.
How many teacher, how many weeks that we end this class?
2 more sessions. So we have next week on December 8, and then we have December 15. So 2 more sessions, Mr. Kevin. And so that's kind of interesting because there are 2 brothers from Singapore in my Saturday night class. And next week they get a 1-month vacation in Singapore, you guys. They get all of December is free. Lucky, huh?
How? How is
It's,
that possible? That
it's Singapore is based on the British education system, and British students used to get 1-month vacation in December so they can enjoy Christmas with their families, because a lot of the students lived away from their families starting at age 12, Tom. It's kind of early. These kids were sent away to cold private schools like Hogwarts, and they let them come home for Christmas.
Teacher, I don't understand the
no, that's not fair.
Okay, yeah. So, Jenny, your microphone works now. So, Jenny, I'm ready here to. Let me put it to everybody in chat so you can look at it right now. So, for everybody, choose one homework assignment from the past 7 weeks, and it's your choice. All right.
And make
Look
it better.
at how I corrected it in Zalo, and then write it out again with all the corrections. Okay, so Jenny, take a look in the chat. Choose one homework assignment from the past 7 weeks, anyone, but just choose one. Look at how I corrected it in Zalo. I usually correct everything in Zalo. And then write it out again with all the corrections made. And this gives you the practice of correcting your work, okay? So like, for example, if I were to go to this one more time, sorry, we're like 5 minutes late. We have a diary of a wimpy kid, and let's see who wrote this one. This is perfect. No need to, you guys all did really good work. You didn't really need to correct anything here. Okay, yeah, something like this. This only has a few mistakes, so save that. And this is by Jenny. Hey, Jenny, this is your work. Okay, Jenny, this is funny. You asked the question, what are we supposed to do? So, Jenny, this is your work. It was done really nicely. So, Jenny, if you take a look, I changed mysterious to mysterious, and here, and I put an as here, as to why, became. So if you can write this again, Jenny, but then do you see the red corrections? Put the red, change all of that to black style typing for these 2 paragraphs. And then that's a perfect, because your teacher would do that anyway, you guys in America. They give back your paper and they say, please make these corrections. So I get a perfect copy. And then you give it back to your teacher, and then the teacher usually gives you a 90% for working so hard, right? So it's kind of a nice system. It allows you to correct all your mistakes. All right. And it's your choice, whatever you want to choose, okay? Any questions, students?
No.
Nice work. Hey, Ken, nice work, Mr. Dean Coy. Nice work, Ellis. Good to see your little brother. Cute little brother, Ellis.
No question.
He seemed charming.
Bye,
Thanks,
teacher.
Teddy and Kevin. You
Bye,
guys take
teacher Brandon.
care. Bye-bye, Tom, number
Goodbye,
one.
teacher.
Bye, teacher Brandon.
Bye, teacher
Bye-bye,
Brandon.
Spooky and Aisha. Take care. Bye-bye,
Bye,
Selena.
teacher.
Bye-bye,
Bye bye.
Bye-bye, Jimmy. Bye-bye, Selena. See you guys. Bye, Tom. Bye, Spooky. Bye-bye, Tom.